Hey everyone! I made this tray. I've used some mirrored crushed glass and silver white, purple and ruby red mica. Only a little bit. I didn't want it to be too opaque, so it's quite transparent. The main thing here is that I'm going to be using this UV DTF that I got from Amanda at the Resin Supplies Den Facebook group. It's a beautiful sticker, absolutely stunning, and I just knew I wanted to create it in a kind of icy crystally kind of tray. So I'm marking out where I need to cut it because it's not the exact size that I need for this particular tray, and it doesn't matter if I'm a little bit out with my cutting because I have a plan. I actually, for once, I'm quite organized and have a plan with this one. So I'm just cutting around the shape that I need, which is taking me longer than it should do because I'm not great with scissors. I'm one of those people that shouldn't be left alone with scissors, scalpels, anything sharp. I nearly always cut myself. Anyway, right, so off comes the front sheet, or the back sheet, sorry. Take off the back sheet, which I really struggled with, so I had to pull it apart using 2 bits of tape. Which actually messed it up for me because then I'd loosened the front sheet as well. So you'll see in a minute that I put it down and I go to rub it on properly, but I've literally taken off the front sheet already by using that sellotape. So it wasn't the right thing to do. So don't be like me. Persevere and try and take off that back sheet as you would normally with UV DTF. Anyway, so I've got it on there and I'm trying to get out all the creases that I've stupidly got on. As you can see, trying to rub all those creases out as much as possible because I really made an absolute balls of putting that on there. But it doesn't matter because it's still going to look gorgeous because it's such a gorgeous sticker. So once I've got all of these bubbles out, I am going to put some more of the mirrored glass down. So this I found in a garden centre out near Southampton Way, Portsmouth Way actually. And so I'm just going to put it all around the edges to kind of like to cover up the sharp line of the sticker because I wanted it to look more natural and blended. So I go all the way around the edge with this mirrored glass, no pattern in mind, just chuck it on, see where it ends up, pushing it all right to the edge. I don't want any in the middle. I don't want to lose too much of the sticker. So that's the mirrored glass going down. And then next on top of that, I'm going to be adding some of these tiny, 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 tiny flowers. So first off, a little bit of UV resin, and then these tiny flowers will go on. They're a pink, yellow, white. They're just beautiful. I actually found these in, now then, it was like a car boot thing, but specifically for people that were trying to de-stash craft stuff. And I found a few of these and bought them up. I thought I'll use them one day, and I've had them about a year, and I finally realised I can use them in this. So they're being used. So that's going to have some UV resin on it, and that's going to go away and be cured. And then I've also got these tiny, tiny, tiny little beads. They look like really small pearls. And these beads I got from some jewellery that my mum had when she passed away. She had in her jewellery box lots of costume jewellery, and I didn't want the jewellery. I don't really wear jewellery much myself, and so what I did was I kind of just de-beaded everything, so everything sat in pots, and I finally found a reason to use them in this. So look, they're tiny, and I'm only going to be putting a couple down, like they're tiny, tiny, tiny little pearls. So I put about clusters of 3, clusters of 4, about sort of 6 of those clusters go down, and it just breaks up that mirror glass with the flowers. It just adds just a little extra layer. I don't know, I love it, but you know. Then I went and got, and please don't be annoyed at me for this, but I actually got 2 real pearls, and I mean real. There they are. And I put 2 in this because I thought, oh, wouldn't that make it look just so decadent and even more luxurious. So yeah, there's 2 real pearls in there. Anyway, don't tell anyone. They were from my mum's little stash as well. Right, okay, so more UV resin. That goes under the UV lamp. Oh no, hang on. Flowers. I actually put in 2 real flowers as well. Both pink, because we've got a pink kind of sticker here. So I'm adding in pink flower there, and then a different type of flower, which is a tiny little pink one. Again, I want the sticker to do the work here, but I want some embellishment around the edge as well, so that it's not too plain. I really was going for a real luxurious effect with this one. So that little flower's gone in there. And it's amazing how just a tiny little pop of that darker pink actually makes this sticker stand out even more. So now it's having its actual top coat of normal resin. This isn't UV resin, this is just normal resin. And then that will cure. And if you wait just a couple of seconds, you'll see the finished result, which I have to say I absolutely love.